Greetings and welcome to HiGhPoThEsIs with the Drunken Peasants. All your favorite Drunken Peasants action in a much smaller fucking package, you know?
Yeah.
It's a real tiny package.
A small dose.
It's a real tiny
the
package.
TJ package.
The
Yeah,
TJ
the
package.
micro package.
And in case you haven't noticed, we're using a different intro, mixing it up with each episode of HiGhPoThEsIs. If you want to make an intro and send it to us, we're just going to try to get this endless supply of intros.
We're just going to fucking play so many goddamn intros, it'll make your fucking goddamn head spin, you pieces of shit!
Wow.
Whoa, dude.
Sorry,
Calm
I got a little...
down.
I got a little unnecessarily
down.
aggressive
Take
there.
it down
Yeah,
now,
you're at like
TJ.
an 11. Bring it to a 7, TJ.
Don't pull a Paul. Don't pull
Thank
a Paul.
you.
Paul.
Don't
Thank
be
you.
a Paul.
Don't be a Paul, TJ.
7.
How appalling.
So let's see. What do we got here? Oh.
Another great religious story here.
Woman. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
Paul.
Go
You
ahead, my friend. Woman dies after prophet puts heavy speaker on her body to demonstrate a miracle.
She miraculously died.
Yeah.
What?
So it turns out when you... so a young lady has met her death after a failed miracle attempt by her South African pastor. Of course, this happens in Africa. According to wire reports reaching GhanaStar.com, a South African pastor, in a bid to perform a miracle, caused the death of the young lady after putting a heavy speaker on her. The girl died due to internal injuries.
Go figure.
The reports indicate that congregates of the Mount Zion General Assembly went home with heads down on Sunday after a failed demonstration of power by the church pastor when a girl fainted after he put a very big and heavy speaker on top of her,
What?
promising her that she would not feel pain.
Okay. How about manslaughter charges?
Yeah, how about we arrest this fuck and everybody that was at the place that didn't stop him from
no,
crushing a woman.
They're down, guys. Their heads are down.
Look, man, they were
disappointed.
real sad afterwards, Paul. People were real sad because you know what? They fully believed that God was going to do
But look,
something.
TJ, religion does so much good for the world. What are you talking about? Christianity, Islam, all these things do good in the world.
I'm just gonna
like this one little thing.
you can start a church service, put a giant fucking guillotine on the stage, like just put your head in. Don't worry, God will stop the blade.
God will stop the blade. Yeah. Like, at what point does, like, I don't know.
So does this pass? Like, who comes back to this church next Sunday? Is what I really want to know. Like,
after he crushed...
how much of a drop off? How many people have such faith that they're willing to go back to the church where the guy crushed a girl to death trying to prove a miracle?
Probably all of them. Do we see so many stories that are tied to religion and people doing terrible things, stupid things, and it's like every time we make these observations, people go, "What does that have to do with Christianity? What's that have to do with religion?" It's like, what do you mean?
All right, listen to this.
Why would do you think if we went up to this girl before this and said, "Let's put a heavy speaker on your body for just no reason, just to see if you can sustain it, or maybe a miracle happened and it won't crush you"? She wouldn't go, "No, I don't want to do that." But you put God in the mix. Well, look, it's a miracle, and it's okay. Yeah, let's try it.
It said she fainted. She fainted after they put the speaker on top of her. So it's like,
Yeah, the woman later died from internal injuries caused to her lungs.
Huh.
Pastor Lethebo Rabalongo. Lethebo Rabalongo. Okay. Had organized a night worship at his church in Polokwane, where he was teaching about the demonstration of power, in which he emphasized that if Jesus walked on water, he could do anything with faith.
So he just proved that that's not true.
Wrong.
Instead, he ended up proving that you can't do everything.
Oh my God! Look at this fucking thing, dude. That's gotta be hundreds of pounds.
Let's see.
Go back up a little bit.
Go back. Yeah.
Based on that point, he invited a girl from the praise team and asked her to lie down. He then ordered the ushers to carry a big speaker and put it on her stomach, saying the weight would not harm her. Well, apparently he was wrong. He then climbed on top of the speaker,
so adding
pressure to suffocate the girl, who remained quiet, for she had already passed out.
Oh my God.
So not only did he put a hundreds and hundreds of pound speaker on her, but he actually got on top of the speaker and probably did a little fuck.
He said, look, after sitting on top of the speaker, which was still on the girl's stomach for close to 5 minutes,
Okay.
He got up and ordered the removal of the speaker,
I
but the girl
said
could not
he
rise
killed
because
her.
she had fainted.
Yeah, I said manslaughter earlier. This is murder.
This is murder.
Murder, most foul.
He put the fucking speaker on her and then sat on her until she died.
Oh God. Let's just go down. The pastor, however, blamed the girl and accused her of having little faith, where she could not withstand a very simple task.
Yeah. Fuck you, Africa.
So wait.
Pastor, what is his name? Rabalongo.
Rabalongo.
I want to do the same test with you.
Let's
do this
test. Since it was just her faith that was lacking, how about we just drop a bunch of heavy shit on top of you and see how your faith holds up?
Let's do the boulder test. We're gonna have a boulder, and you're gonna stand underneath it, and you're gonna hold it like this. And as long as you hold the boulder, you'll be fine.
That's too quick.
Your faith.
I say we have the blowtorch to the dick test. If you
God will
if
protect
you have
your
faith,
dick if you have enough faith.
Dude, Pastor Rabalongo, if you have enough faith, I should be able to take a fucking blowtorch to your cock and balls, and it shouldn't burn. You should be fine.
God will protect them.
Fuck
God
this
will
guy.
keep you safe.
Fuck this religion.
So wait. So let's just recap the story. This pastor, he comes up. He's like, yeah, with faith, anything's possible. You can do anything. For instance, you can be crushed under a speaker, and I could sit on the speaker and crush you, and you'll be fine because God's power. And then he does it, and the girl dies. He's like, well, she didn't have enough faith, guys. She just didn't have enough faith. It was her fault. She's obviously a sinner. Well, she had enough faith to get down on the floor and let you put a giant speaker on top of her, so it sounds like she had plenty of fucking faith, and that's what fucking killed her, you retard.
Well,
I hope someone bludgeons this guy to death with a fucking crowbar.
That's way too quick, man.
He's probably receiving praise.
I don't care if it's not. I don't need his suffering. I just want him removed from the world in the most expedient manner possible.
No, he's probably still, in his community, praised and lionized and thought of as a great person.
Oh, I guarantee you, he probably trashed her in the next sermon and continues to do shit like this.
And people are just like, yeah, yep, faith, Jesus, God,
Jesus.
It's so beautiful, so wonderful. I mean, in his mind, most of these guys are hucksters. So in his mind, how did this work? Did he just really want to kill this bitch and see if he could get away with it? If he disguised it as a faith exercise, or does he really did he really believe that somehow God was gonna change the laws of physics to protect this bitch?
There are people that do these kinds of demonstrations where they put really heavy objects on themselves and have people stand on them and shit. These are people that are trained and have core muscles that can push out against whatever object is on top of them to keep it from crushing their internal organs.
Yeah.
So he probably saw somebody on the internet doing it and he was like, oh, I'll do this as a faith exercise. And he brought some fucking poor girl out of the audience and crushed her.
Yeah, why don't you test your own faith next time?
Yeah, why do you need a volunteer to show people that you can do weird miracles?
I'd like a volunteer for the audience. Warning, you might die. If your faith is insufficient, God will not protect you.
Yeah, wouldn't it have been easier to just give the example, like he used the example of Jesus walking on water? Wouldn't it have been easier to walk out to a puddle and walk on it?
He should have that's what we should do. We should take him out to the middle of the ocean and just be like, hey, walk back.
Yeah,
take
him to wherever the sharks congregate and just drop him off the boat and say, well, there you go. Have faith, man. Walk on that water.
Take him a mile out.
The sharks will not harm you.
You're a mile out. Just walk.
Yep.
Yeah, you just walk on back. At a mile, he might actually be able to swim back, though. So you got to take him out at least 4 or 5 miles.
Oh, yeah. He's got to be out in the middle of fucking nowhere. Tell him that all he's got to do is make it 3 miles.
Yeah.
And we'll pick him up.
You just walk on back.
You just get to us. Walk 3 miles in that direction. We'll be waiting.
Yeah.
Been waiting a long time.
Oh, it looks like he sunk right in. Hey, you don't want to? We're gonna
not enough faith.
We're gonna go ahead and chain that speaker to you. You just drag that across the ocean.
Wow, it looks like he can breathe underwater too. Insane. Well, maybe he's preaching down there at the bottom of the ocean.
Now he's preaching to the fishes.
Yep. Preaching with the fishes.
I like how it describes this as a failed miracle attempt. What? A failed miracle attempt?
No. This is not a miracle attempt.
There's no such thing as miracles.
This is negligent homicide.
Yeah.
Homicide.
This is basically a successful homicide attempt. This is what this is.
Yeah, it is successful because no one was punished for it.
I mean, I don't think he actually tried he probably, I don't see why he would actually try to murder her, but, yeah, this is definitely a negligent homicide or whatever. I mean, I don't know what the laws are in fucking
a lot more
South
lax.
Africa.
Yeah, he was clearly more
Ghana.
concerned with getting donations than he was with the safety of this girl.
This is in the Ghana Star, but this happened in South Africa.
Yeah.
South Africa then. What a piece of shit. Yeah, nothing really much more I can
No.
say. I don't know if anyone else has any other parting words for our
I would
good
say,
friend.
in many ways, Christianity has harmed the people of Africa, and this is just another example.
Man, guys,
Of course.
this was a heavy story.
No, dude. Oh, yeah, heavy. I get it. I get it.
Paul, is it weighing heavily on you,
It's
man?
weighing heavily on my
Oh my
mind.
God,
I'm crushed by this story.
This
guys.
is no
I'm
longer
crushed.
hypothesis. This is like the dad joke segment.
I love it. All right. Peace.